We'll see. 'Cause mine was
Okay, so I'm getting ready to make dinner. I'm gonna do some sweet potato fries, which these sweet potatoes have already been steamed, so you can see they're kind of already cooked. But I'm gonna cut them up, put them on the parchment paper, and kind of roast them with some olive oil. Then I'm also gonna make some turkey burgers, which I'm gonna put some baby spinach in, and I'm gonna use some Mrs. Dash because she tastes good. We love me some Mrs. Dash seasoning. And then I don't like to cut out all my salt, but I'm going to use some pink Himalayan salt. I have it here in a grinder. I also found this really big, nice jar of it at, I think it was Big Lots, where it's already, or no, I think it was Menards, but it's already ground up fine. That way you don't have to have it in the grinder. All right, we're going to get started. So I started cutting up my potatoes. This potato got a little too done, so hopefully he roasts okay. But I've sprayed my parchment paper with, I'm using this Crisco Saute Expert. It's a spritzer of extra virgin olive oil. So it's just some spray extra virgin olive oil. And then I'm going to finish cutting up these potatoes and get them ready to go in the oven. So I have my potatoes done. And now I'm just going to take a second, see if I can get this to stand up. And I'm going to crack some sea salt just on the potatoes. Sea salt is yum, or not sea salt, but Himalayan pink salt. And I'm also going to do just a little bit of black pepper, because we actually really like black pepper in this household. I've got a little bit of olive oil over here, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a drizzle. Make sure I get a little bit on each potato. So my goal is to eat carbs, but not all the time, not really hardcore carbs all the time. And sweet potatoes they're good for you. They're a lot of healthy vitamins, so we're going to give those a start. So we'll get those in the oven in just a minute. So the next thing I'm going to do is get my burgers ready. We're going to pop these babies open, and I'm going to put them, I'm going to cut that open. I'm going to put them in this bowl. Where I can mix some spinach in with it. And then I've got a different, oops, I'm going to do it this way. If you haven't noticed, I have a different cutting board because I personally don't like to put meat on my wood cutting board. So let me get the meat in there, and then I'll chop up some spinach and show you how that looks. So I'm going to use some organic baby spinach. Now this spinach is pretty small, but I'm still going to chop it up as fine as I can. Put it in with the meat, and then I'm going to season up the meat before I make burger patties. Good way to sneak in some vegetables for your kids. Be back in a moment. So I have in the bowl, I have my meat, and I have the spinach and some cracked Himalayan salt, black pepper, and the chicken Mrs. Dash. I'm also going to add some chopped up garlic. So I think I'm going to go with just a couple cloves because we have 2 pounds of meat. I don't want it to be too overpowering. So I'm going to go with just 2 cloves. Get that chopped up and added in, and then I'm going to start making patties. So there's all my burger patties. Got them all ready. They're kind of laying on top of each other. I just washed my hands. I made 6. And then some might be bigger than the others, but got those all ready. So while I'm waiting for my fries in the oven, I'm going to get some romaine hearts cut up. I'm actually going to tear some up so that they can eat them on top of their burgers, because my family's going to eat it on a bun. But I'm actually going to leave a few of those leaves whole because I'm going to eat my burgers between lettuce leaves. Kind of make it like a lettuce wrap. I've got a leftover red onion that I'm going to cut up on top of it. An avocado. because they are yummy good. And then a tomato. So we're going to do that. I also got some more oil because I ran out. And I got my pan ready so that I can fry my burgers. So sweet potatoes are in the oven. For a side dish, I'm going to steam some green beans. So, I don't know, I just like these in the bag, but I don't like to actually steam them in the bag. It bothers me that they're in plastic. So, I'm going to use a steamer. If you don't have one of these little devices, I highly recommend you buy one. They're pretty amazing for steaming vegetables. And I'm going to show you how I use it. Have your pan already, and your steamer will just drop down in your pan. You can open it up. It actually opens up quite big. And then when you push it down into your pan, it's going to come right up around the edges. And then, of course, you're going to put just enough water just to cover the bottom of the pan without having it come up into the steamer. So I've got the water in there, but it doesn't come up into my steamer. So then I'm going to get my green beans in there. Green beans are in, and I'm going to put a lid on it because we got to create some steam, and they're going to go over here on the burner. I have a gas stove. Going to get that turned on. I need to wipe my gas stove down. And then I'm going to get this pan over here turned on. And I'm going to get some oil on it to get it hot. Now I like to use cast iron. Cast iron is my favorite thing to cook with. Not everybody likes it, but you get a good seasoned pan and it works lovely. Put my pan on. Next thing I'm going to do is grease it. And the reason that I'm putting some oil down is because these burgers are so lean. If I don't put a little oil in the pan, they're gonna burn because they're not gonna create any of their own, grease. They don't have any fat in them. There's no fat, 99% fat. So, or 99% lean, so no fat to get them going. So we have the green beans steaming. I don't know if you can see in the oven. Sweet potatoes are in there roasting. This pan is hot because I can tell because the oil is going away from the edges, or from the center. So I'm going to get, sizzle, sizzle. Love it when my burgers sizzle, that's good. Them down into some of this oil. Olive oil. Some people like coconut oil. I think it doesn't like heat, so I don't like to use it. I need to make room in the center so I can fit one more. Get these guys over. I can get, maybe I'll put him in last, that way they got room to cook. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper and Mrs. Dash on top of these guys. Alright, got them seasoned all up. They are doing their thing. And we're going to check it all out once it's all finished. I just flipped them and they're looking great. Working on cutting up the veggies over here. Got all my goodies cut up for the burgers. Green beans are steaming away. Time to put some on the plates. Okay, so dinner's ready. Got the burgers. They look good. They smell good. I wish you guys could smell them. The fries, or the sweet potato wedges, and the steamed beans. I'm not sure if the lighting is good enough. So I'm going to get it on a plate, and you can see what it looks like on the plate. There is my plate. I'm going to put me a little bit of spicy brown mustard on that thing, some onion, tomato, put a piece of lettuce on top of it, and I'm going to go to town. Take care.